Hello everyone. So welcome to this workshop where we will present our 3D solution In-Replica, which allows you to work virtually in an industrial facility. So here is the agenda we have prepared for you. First, who we are, some client references for our traditional business. We will then present our value proposition with our new concept of digital twins for existing buildings. We will then show you some clips of our In-Replica business applications. And finally, we will conclude and answer your questions. So let's get started. Gambi-M is a company we founded in 2016. So Frank Martin is the chairman, and I am the managing director and technical director. Morgan is the head of our 3D solutions department. So let us now discuss our traditional activities through these few slides. So firstly, laser scanning for various nuclear facilities, sometimes in contaminated hot cells, where a scanner without a battery or a Wi-Fi must be brought in. Part of our business involves CAD modeling of existing equipment that cannot be scanned. Here we are modeling glove boxes in SolidWorks based on historical plans. Tens of thousands of parts are reverse engineered in this way, creating a new document repository in the form of an electronic 3D document management system. We then use these models to create 3D operating procedures which are used for maintenance and operator training. A significant part of our business involves reverse engineering existing buildings in the form of BIM digital mockup. The input data for this digital project consists of high accuracy laser scans and historical plans. Here are a few examples of 3D models for the CEA and EDF used for either operation and maintenance or decommissioning. Our In-Replica solution is the result of an observation. Creating a digital model of an existing building takes a lot of time, months for several BIM designers, and is therefore expensive. It can sometimes take a year to obtain the BIM model of a nuclear building. Here is an example of a reactor building that we created from billions of points and extensive documentation. Each network and each piece of equipment is referenced and enriched with attributes, forming a comprehensive database of the facility. Everything is checked with centimeter accuracy using what we call deviation maps. This model is often reserved for and confined to the design office, and it's of little use to other departments. So I'm going to give the pick to Morgan.
We have therefore laid the foundation for what we call a virtual replica.
Peut-être plus proche, Morgan.
Sure. Using the wealth of data provided by laser scanning to create a faithful and realistic copy of the environment. Our creation process is fully automated, whether from cleaning up stray points or converting to textured meshes. This drastically reduces the size of the data And we also have innovative solutions to improve the quality of laser scans in environments with transparent or reflective surfaces. The first step in our process is to create a virtual working environment. This involves producing a photorealistic virtual replica quickly and easily at an affordable price by making it accessible to everyone on standard office computers. You work in the nuclear industry and you are probably all faced with the same problem. Your facilities are highly restricted and difficult to access. Just to enter them, you need to wear special clothing, have authorizations, safety equipment, etc. But carrying out work is even more complicated. You need authorizations from the facility manager. Equipment must be available. Safety analysis must be carried out. Operating procedures must be followed, etc. In other words, there are many barriers and constraints to our interventions. It is this observation, that of a constrained facility, that led us to propose the virtual factory as an alternative to the real factory. The second step is to enrich these working environments with professional knowledge. We will show you that what we believe could be a virtual factory with one primary objective: to remove the main barrier within these facilities, the access. Access is fundamental because obviously before working in a nuclear environment, you first need to know it. And to do that, you need to be able to enter it. Knowing and perfectly mastering our actions, as well as the equipment we work on, is essential. The safety of the facilities depends on it. We have therefore created Visit, the virtual tour application for navigating in-replica environments. With Visit, you can explore the installation and move around freely in any room using a map. You can perform basic actions such as taking measurements with centimeter precision. Several modes are available in addition to the free and photorealistic mode. With high-definition panoramic photos integrated, you can zoom in on details such as reading label, as you can see here. And since BIM models will always be essential when it comes to manufacturing, building or modifying, Visit allows you to integrate your models and superimpose them on photorealistic environments. This allows you to query your model data, filter, and access specific equipment, such as a valve, using its functional marker. In-Replica is much more than a virtual tour solution. Above all, it is a genuine work environment which we have divided into 4 major areas within the facilities: operation, safety, maintenance, and engineering. With these 4 areas, we aim to provide an in-replica solution for each of the professions that coexist within a nuclear facility and need to work together in a collaborative manner. And to work well together, it is above all important to know the facilities in order to master interventions. It is also important to capitalize on the information collected by each party through their studies or interventions. It is also important to characterize this information and associate keywords with it. It is then important to be able to organize so that it can be easily and reliably retrieved and shared. In-Replica was designed for this purpose: the collection and recording of information in a collaborative mode. We have therefore combined the virtual tour in In-Replica environments, which you saw with our Visit application, with other business applications, a section of which you can see there. These security applications will enable you to inform your digital environment. No Fire, Prevent, G-Ray. The No Fire fire safety management application, where you can identify and locate your fire prevention equipment, where you can characterize them with their names, brand, or periodic inspection dates, to which you can associate documents such as user manuals or maintenance procedures. Prevent, another safety-related application where you can identify and locate your risks for prevention plans, where you can represent risk-generating facilities and equipments such as scaffolding, hotspots, live electrical equipments, and where you can describe this risk in virtual prevention plans, which are much more explicit than a real prevention plan, since you are immersed in the scene, representing the intervention and can explicitly visualize the risks. Each of these applications automatically provide a summary document that can be easily printed and distributed. The G-Ray application enables the creation of 3D radiological maps, which are much more informative and explicit, thereby reducing the doses absorbed by the emergency personnel. With G-Ray, response teams, particularly decontamination teams, can truly visualize hotspots and contaminated areas. This allows them to target their intervention, optimize them, avoid significant time loss, and truly reduces the dose absorbed. In the video playing behind me, you can see excerpts from each of these applications. They are distinguished by their color code and abbreviations, but they all have the same environments and the same operating interface to make them easy to use. They are accessible in collaborative mode for all stakeholders in your area of activity, and they can be used in parallel. But they are also associative because you can switch from one to another within the same scene. This means you can locate your fire protection measures in No Fire and display them as a mean of prevention in Prevent for a prevention plan. These applications are generic examples that we have devised to provide standard solution to business needs. However, they can be adapted to each customer, who can transpose their own business activities to them through specific applications relating to radiation protection, security management, scenario simulation, or even in-situ design. For maintenance, for example, we have Identity, which will enable you to identify and characterize the equipment you wish to work on and thus secure your operating procedures. This application will be extremely useful and will truly simplify the description part of your safety analysis, which is often a source of misunderstanding, rework, additions, and therefore delays. These applications enable you to inform and enrich your environment, optimize your processes by visualizing them, and allow you to share information across all your business lines. Our applications therefore meet one of the major fundamentals of safety principle: know and describe your facilities. By storing information securely and making it accessible in a simple, quick, and explicit manner, our applications will enable you safety and maintenance teams to better control their analysis, better describe their instruction, and better communicate them to the operational team responsible for applying them. Another set of our application concerns design and simulation, with examples such as redesign and DLEC. With redesign, you can simulate a scene, simulate the replacement of piping, equipment, or any other object. You can integrate your new machines into these environments and thus visualize their footprints and their connection to utilities. You can visualize your process as well as your operator's workstation. In an environment additionally populated by identity RG-array, redesign is easy to use and can be used as often as you like to multiply configurations and find the one that best suits your installation. We also offer even more advanced applications for truly immersive design. The video shows you our in-situ DLEC design application. It allows your engineers to design directly in the real environment, in known and controlled environments, and to extract your design directly into Revit or SolidWorks. In-Replica means less on-site surveying, less dosing, less errors, less rework, and less time spent. But it also means more collaboration, more interaction, more exchanges between trades, and more control over our scenarios. Less sequential and more parallel. Tomorrow, other design applications will be available for designing your piping with D-pipe or your ventilation networks with events. A range of applications that make Gambi-M System D as design, less time, less money, more efficiency, and more safety. And there are even more applications, all designed to improve your processes for inspection and maintenance. Our solution, In-Replica, will provide permanent access to your facilities for all your employees, so that they can work there in order to plan, design, organize, and manage. A quick note on the IT architecture. In-Replica only operates on your internal servers to keep your data confidential. We do not store anything in the cloud in order to preserve the sovereignty of your facilities. Access to the various premises of your facilities is granted by your administrator. There is complete collaboration between the various users connected to your intranet. And to quickly demonstrate our fast action time, we arrived here 2 days ago with a scanner, and we've scanned parts of the World Nuclear Event. So here's our application right there that we made. You can see the different point of view of the laser scan, and then you can see how quickly we can act and redesign the whole place. The first design is, well, that's the original place. It's in our booth at B105. Yeah. And so we kindly asked our neighbors if we could have some space. And so we installed our pipelines and started processing some things. Eventually, we were not satisfied with the installation, so we went with something a bit more cozy. Isn't it wonderful? And if you care to have a drink, we have a vending machine there.
Thank you, Morgan, for this quick demonstration of our solution. So in conclusion, we believe that In-Replica offers several advantages and a good return of investment. It is much more affordable than a BIM digital model, which is at the heart of the digital twin. The virtual replica is quick to produce and easier to update. In-Replica saves time and allows you to anticipate risks before going into the field. The collaborative mode provides a more secure data repository, and much more. So we have now concluded our presentation and hope that we have opened your eyes to a new way of approaching the digital transition of your factories. You will find our contact details and links to our media below. And we are happy to take questions in the time we have left. And we'll move to the next room to continue our discussion. Thank you to all of you.